And welcome back to News Channel 3 Live at 9. We have all heard love is blind, and it can lead even the smartest people to do things they would never have done otherwise.
That's for sure. That's exactly what happens when romance goes wrong in the new book, Betrayal Beneath the Spanish Moss. Author Leslie Stern writes a heart-wrenching tale of addiction to drugs, and to the one you love. Leslie, welcome to Live at 9. I'm so glad to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
I was reading earlier, you were saying there are at least two very important things you hope that readers kind of take away from your book. What are they?
Yes, I think the most important part of it is that if it could happen to her, if it could happen to anybody, because she is a member of Mensa. She's got her PhD. She's
smart.
Uber smart, exactly. And if it could happen to her, it could happen to anybody.
So how did it happen to her? Because when I was looking over it, I thought that exactly. If this could happen to her, boy, are we in trouble.
So Emma is possibly like a lot of folks.
Exactly, she is. It's very easy to get involved with someone because they have a nice butt, because they're, because they're a good-looking person. It's very easy. And the other theme of it is him, which is drug addicts don't look like drug addicts. You can't spot them.
And very manipulative. So
exactly. They're very charming. And they have to be, because they're pathological liars. They have to.
So why this particular subject, Leslie? What made you want to delve into this and go down this road?
Well, it's based on actual events, but it's been fictionalized for dramatic purposes. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And that's a good story. We're not getting another thing out of her.
No.
But how I found myself wondering, because sometimes really smart people don't necessarily have the street smarts. Did that play into this?
I think it's that, but it's also, I thought a lot about it because I've done a lot of speaking with Mensa. And what we've learned is that just because you're intellectually smart does not mean you're emotionally smart.
True.
If there was an an emotional group of high emotional IQ, I think there'd probably be 2 members. I mean, how many of us really?
You are a member of Mensa yourself, are you?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
But,
and how are you on the EQ, the emotional?
The EQ, not so high. I'm getting better.
Sometimes it takes time.
Is it because, as a very intellectual person, you approach things more analytically?
Probably, and I think one of the problems with Emma, though, in the book, is that she's very naive. She's never known a drug addict. She's never been involved with drugs. So she's very naive. And that's what leads to a lot of trouble. That's what leads her into the trouble.
Is she, though, also, Leslie, the type of character in your book that people will like, that people will, you at least hope, have a sense of attachment to, and why?
Oh, yeah. I think they do. I think they get angry at her at moments, because there are moments where it's like, come on already, when are you going to get rid of this guy? But most of it, I think they do emotionally, they're very attached to her, and they care about her. I mean, most of the people, when I was looking for an ending, I got emails, every one of them was, I want him dead.
Really?
Oh, yes. Wow. Yes.
So they felt a great affinity for wanted to protect her.
Exactly.
Was this hard for you to write, or was it sort of a catharsis? Was it helpful?
It was both. I think the hardest part was the editing process, but the easiest part was the purging process, getting it out
there.
Now, the book itself is set in, what, Savannah?
Savannah.
Any particular reason you wanted to use Savannah? Could this have been the backdrop for almost any book? Or?
It probably could. I lived there for 4 years, and I just absolutely loved it there.
Right, what you know,
and,
that's
yeah, so it's what you know. But it's, I think it warms it up, because Savannah is such a charming city.
So can we have a second story of Emma, or is there some more that you want to tell?
Lord, I hope not.
We don't think so.
Did you feel drained, Leslie, afterwards?
I think we've had enough. Although I've kind of had a thought about it. I thought about a sequel, but no, that's
just too exhausting to pursue that.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So what does come next for you? I mean, what do you want to tackle next in your writing?
Well, my next book is about my stepfather, who was the animation genius Iwo Takamoto. He created Scooby-Doo and Shaggy and not Shaggy, excuse me, Astro and Muttley and basically 85% of Hanna-Barbera.
Is it going to be a biography or?
Yeah, it's going to be nonfiction. It's going to be my personal stories.
Oh,
so it's going to be.
How old were you when he came into your life?
5.
Okay, so this is all you've known.
Oh yeah, exactly.
When did you realize he was something special? Like the show you watch on TV was on his drawing board.
Yeah. Well, when I was little, he used to bring home movies from the studio. And when, for birthday parties, most kids would just have, birthday cake. I would have a movie from the studio.
Wow.
That nobody had seen before.
Exactly, that nobody had seen before.
So how soon might we see this book?
I'll let you know after I get to Chicago.
Okay.
Well, you can meet Leslie and pick up Betrayal Beneath the Spanish Moss tonight at 7 at Republic Coffee. So you can get some Joe there as well at the same time. So that's very convenient.
All right.
Leslie, thank you so much.
We appreciate you being here.
We want you to come back with that second book.
Absolutely.
We were huge Scooby-Doo fans.
Yeah, we were. All right, coming up next right here on News Channel 3 Live at 9.